Okay, let's just jump right in. Everybody's talking about AI side hustles, but the real secret to success, it isn't which hustle you pick. It's whether that hustle is the right one for you. Today, we're going to walk through a data-backed framework to find your perfect match so you can stop guessing and actually start earning. So let's kick things off with a number, 2.3x. What is that? Well, that's the income multiplier. It's how much more you can earn on average just by matching your existing skills to the right AI side hustle. Let me show you what that looks like in, real dollars. So check this out. We looked at the data from over 500 people doing this stuff. The ones who matched their skills, like a great writer doing AI-powered script writing, they were pulling in an average of $4,200 a month. But the folks with mismatched skills, say that same writer trying to build a complicated chatbot, they got stuck, averaging just $1,800. That is a massive gap. We're talking $2,400 every single month. And hey, it's not just about the cash in your pocket each month either. When your skills are matched, you get that first payment almost 3 times faster. We're talking days, not weeks. Your clients are way happier, and your chances of actually scaling this thing past 5 grand a month, they go through the roof. The stakes for getting this right from the beginning are just incredibly high. And this really brings us to the core problem. It's not that there's a lack of opportunity with AI, it's the huge cost of picking the wrong path. It leads to wasted time, a ton of frustration, and literally thousands of dollars in lost income. So that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How do you avoid that mismatch trap and find the side hustle that's practically built for you? Well, luckily, there's a framework for that. And here it is. It's a super simple 4-step process. First, we're going to nail down your core skills. Then, we'll take a realistic look at how much time you actually have and what your tolerance for risk is. And finally, we'll put it all together to make your perfect match. All right, let's get into step 1, and honestly, this is the most critical part. Before you can match your skills, you have to know what you're working with. It's time to figure out your primary skill category. We've basically boiled down all these AI service skills into 5 main buckets: writing, creative, technical, business, and teaching. As we go through these next few slides, I want you to be thinking, okay, which one of these sounds the most like me? Okay, first up, the writers. If you are a natural communicator, your sweet spot is going to be something like YouTube script writing or creating blog content with AI's help. Why? Because AI becomes your research assistant on steroids. It does the heavy lifting, while your core skill, crafting a story that connects with people, is what clients will happily pay a premium for. The income potential is great, and you can get paid fast.
Now, for all my creative people, if you have a good eye for visuals, forget about trying to code a chatbot. Your biggest advantage is using AI tools to generate a dozen logo concepts or a month's worth of social media content in minutes. The AI is your production assistant, but you are the art director. Your taste and design sense are what deliver the final product that's worth paying for.
If you're the person who loves solving puzzles, tinkering with software, and figuring things out, this slide is for you. Businesses are desperate for people who can do things like automate their processes or build custom AI chatbots. They will pay top dollar for someone who can use AI to save them a ton of time and money. This is where that logical, analytical brain of yours translates directly into a really high income. Okay, for the strategic thinkers, the business-minded folks out there, your superpower isn't just knowing the AI tools. It's knowing how to apply them to solve a real business problem. Things like AI consulting, it's not about the tech, it's about delivering a result, like boosting sales or cutting costs. And that's exactly why the rates here are some of the highest you'll see. And finally, for all the natural teachers, you know who you are. If you love explaining things and helping people have that aha moment, you're sitting on a gold mine. You can start small with one-on-one AI tutoring to get cash flow going, or think bigger and create corporate AI training programs. Your ability to make complex stuff simple is what people will pay for. Okay, so you've probably picked your category. Awesome. But here's where we take it to the next level. Knowing your skill is just step 1. Now we're going to combine that with your time and your risk tolerance to really find your perfect starting point. So how does this actually work? Well, it's a pretty simple formula. First, how much time can you realistically commit? Is it 5 hours a week, or is it more like 20? Second, what's your risk tolerance? Low risk is service work, where you trade your time for money pretty quickly. High risk might be building a product that takes longer to pay off, but could have a much bigger upside. So, for example, you have writing skills, 10 hours a week, and a low risk profile. Boom. The Matrix points you straight to something like YouTube script writing. All right, you've made your match. Now what? You need a game plan. And that really comes down to two things: knowing what to charge and knowing where to find the people who are going to pay you. This is so important. Do not undercharge. When you're just starting, maybe you do a logo design for $200. But after you've got a few successful projects under your belt, say 3 months in, you need to be in that intermediate tier, charging closer to $400. After 6 months, you're an expert, commanding $800 or more. You have to raise your rates as you build your portfolio. It's non-negotiable. And where are these clients hiding? You've got to fish where the fish are, right? If you're a writer, your best bet is Upwork and Fiverr. Creatives, you'll also find work on Fiverr, but you should absolutely check out 99 Designs for some bigger projects. And for anyone in that business and strategy lane, your next big client is almost certainly waiting for you on LinkedIn. And look, don't think for a second this is just about making a little extra side money. I want you to look at this number. This is the real, verified monthly income of Lisa, a consultant who used this exact framework. This just shows you what's possible when you perfectly align what you're good at with a high-value service. So how did she pull that off? Well, it really came down to this huge mindset shift. Her advice is absolute gold. Stop thinking like a freelancer who sells hours. Start acting like a strategic partner who sells results. That's the difference between charging $50 an hour and charging $5,000 for a project that delivers $50,000 in value to a client. So, we've covered a ton. We've got the why, we've got the how. Now let's talk about the right now. What should you do the minute this is over to actually get the ball rolling? Here it is, your 5-step plan to execute today. First, take 10 minutes and officially pick your skill category. Second, choose your starting hustle from the options we just looked at. Third, go set up a profile on the platform I recommended. Fourth, create just one sample piece of work so you have something to show. And fifth, and this is the big one, apply to 5 jobs or send 5 outreach emails today. Momentum is absolutely everything. Let's end with this. You have the framework, you know your skill, you have your potential match. So my final question for you is simple. What is the one single action you can take in the next 60 minutes, not tomorrow, not next week, in the next hour, that will move you just 1% closer to landing that first client? Don't overthink it. Just figure out that one thing and go do it.